Start on your backs. Soles of the feet are going to come together. Knees are going to flop apart. If your neighbor's nearby and your knees happen to touch one another, just kind of stagger a little up and down. Yes. Have one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Anchor your feet and let your knees flop. For some reason, this pulls on your lower back. You could slide blocks underneath your thighs or do the opposite, which is take the feet wide and the knees knocked together. What do you need? Blocks? Two of the same? Do you want black or the cork? Doesn't matter. She's not picky. Take a deep breath in through your nose, a full exhale breath, a breath out of your mouth. Good. And then seal your lips and begin the powerful use of Ujjayi breath. So don't get so caught up on the breath, guys. Just breathe. But if you do remember to breathe a specific way, it's Ujjayi breathing. A bunch of you have your chins jutting forward. See if you can lengthen from your low back all the way through the mid back, all the way through the upper shoulder blades. And then let the back of the head just relax on the floor. So see if you can find neutral. Arrive. If you feel like your brain is going in 100 directions, wheel it back in. Bless you. Quiet everything. Become present. Arrive into the space. Set no expectations what your practice needs to look like, feel like, or be like. Just kind of go through the process and we'll take it from there. Blink your eyes open. Keep your feet in this Baddha Konasana. Okay. You're going to reach your arms up over the top of the head. You're going to make your hands, you're going to create an Anjali Mudra, which is your thumbs can cross and your index fingers, your pointer fingers point. It's like a little gun. Yeah. The arms reach up over the top of the head. There you go. So now you're just going to crunch up, but you're going to hold. You're going to crunch up and forward. Yeah. Your feet going to stay in Baddha Konasana and you're going to take little baby pulses up. One, you don't have to go all the way down. You're just going to stay forward. Yep. Two, three. Reach, Natalie, with your hands through to the front of the room. Yep. There you go. Four, five. Keep your neck neutral. Six. Yeah. Seven. So all you're doing is crunching forward. Eight, nine. It's okay. It's tight in here. 10. Jody's wild. Yeah. Good. Go for another 10. Nine. What did you have to eat? Yes. Yeah, just coffee. Okay. What'd you put in your coffee? Five, four, three, two, one. You're going to keep reaching forward. Keep the eyes of the shoulders up. You're going to lift your legs like this. Okay. Separate your arms and you're going to crunch one, two, three. So it's like a little tabletop on your back. Four, five, six, seven. Keep the neck neutral. Eight, nine, 10. For 10, nine, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one. Stay up. Your legs are going to go on an angle. Okay. And you're going to reach for the shins in one. Yeah. Your hands can kind of come to a prayer. Yeah. Two, three, four, five, six. Not head crunches. You're working your core. Yeah. Slower, more concise movements. Go for another 10, nine, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one. Legs are going to go straight up, and then you're going to reach for the toes like you're pulling a rope for one, two, three, four, five. You got it. Six, seven, eight, nine, 10. We're going to go for another 10, nine, eight, seven, six, five. You seem like you're having a really good time. Four, three, two, one. You're going to give your knees a squeeze. Rock and roll a couple times. That was nothing, people. A bunch of complainers in here. Rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll. Cross your ankles. Step into a downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Yep. Take up a lot of space this morning on your mat. Your thumbs, your index finger, your baby fingers all mounted. Yeah, I don't think you need the sweatshirt anymore. The sweatshirts are coming off. Hairs are going in buns. Spread your toes. The center of your heels start to melt towards the ground. So that may require you to bend your knees this morning if your hamstrings feel a little tight. We want to breathe our hips way up off our shoulders. Let the shoulders move away from the ears and plug down. Yeah, so a lot of times when you hit the down dog, all the weight kind of drops forward. So you just want to try and find some symmetry in the body, even though the body is not meant to be balanced completely. That's what we work towards. Relax the jaw, relax the face, and just get real still. Get real still here. Roll forward to plank position. So, like a big wave. You may need to adjust. So, your shoulders may need to come, your hands may need to come out a little further. There you go. Your shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists. You want to lead a little with your heart and chest, not with your neck. So, your neck, your head is an extension of your body, as you all know that. Although sometimes I feel like my head is not connected to my body, but that's why we do yoga. Good. If this is too much for you this morning, simple solutions just to modify by dropping your knees to the floor. Okay. We want to try and not tuck our chin in. Keep a nice neutral extension, your dristi to the front skinny edge of the mat, contraction of your quadriceps, a squeezing into the center line of the body. So when we think of the center line of the body, think of your belly button. And you're holding plank. Your breath is carrying you through. Lengthen your tailbone more. Lift your hips up an inch, everybody. Hips go up and back, down dog. There's a lot of suffering here today. Yes. Yes. Plank position, roll the weight forward. Come all the way forward to plank. Mm-hmm. Feel your body as it aligns. Down dog, hips go up and back. Let's breathe the right leg up and back. If you're near the back row, just be mindful of the little wooden shelf. Yeah, that would be a bummer. Come forward, hug your right knee towards your navel. So as you come forward to plank, hug your right knee in. Arms are straight up and down. You want to look forward with your eyes, but pause with that right knee hugging in. And then go ahead and step the right foot all the way forward and through. Be on your fingertips here. Step to the top of the mat in one piece. Your feet are going to be a little separated to begin. Long spine on the inhale breath. Weight stays forward. Exhale, fold into yourself. Let it go. We'll root to rise, come all the way up, straight up towards the sky, just because neighbors may be nearby here. Drag it to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Straight up. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine sets you up. You're going to take two big steps to get back to plank. One and then two. Together, we'll lower to our first push-up chaturanga. If you need to modify them today, drop your knees. Revisit plank. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. We'll breathe the left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. So when you lift your leg, try and lift from your inner thigh and make it very, very concise. Point your toes. Come forward, hug your left knee in, hug it in towards your navel, give it a good little squeeze. Pause. Arms are straight up and down. Just look forward with your eyes. Then go ahead and step the left foot forward and through. Be on your fingertips. Step to the top of the mat in one piece. Feet can be a little separated. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. We're just going to move and breathe together now. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Step to plank. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog or cobra. Hips go up and back, down dog. So a lot of you practice quite often, which is great. So you know the drill here. You take out what you need, what you don't need, and you add in what you do need. If you're not sure, I'm happy to give you a suggestion. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. You can step, step. You can float if you're feeling like Jody, who had a lot of coffee. Long spine, fold, roots to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step, step, or float. If you are going to float, recommendation really nice, land in a low push up. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. You can step or float to the top of the mat. Long spine, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through your vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. You want to press even through your hands, the tops of the feet. That looks good, Tracy. Hips go up and back. Down dog. Breathe your right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Come forward, hug your right knee in, give it a good little squeeze. Straight in. Just go straight in, Kel. Just straight in. Yep. Step the right foot forward and through. You cheated. You cheated. You bad yogi. Yes. Pause. Your right foot is forward. Your left leg is back. Yeah. Grip your right hip in. Activate your back left leg. Rise high lunge. Bad yogi. Yeah. So your hip points need to move forward. How do we do that? I don't know. Let's soften that back left knee a little bit, and then maybe you'll find that space to kind of tip those hip points forward. Yeah. Feel the weight in the standing right heel. Let the shoulders drop down the back. Keep the neck neutral. Looks good. Hands to frame your front foot. Listen carefully. You're going to step to the top of the mat in one piece. Yep, feet together. Long spine on the in. Exhale the breath, fold. You're going to root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer and heart. Drop your arms. You're going to cross the left ankle over the top of the right thigh. Cross the left ankle over the top of the right thigh. Yep. Arms are going to come straight up and you're going to sit. Everyone's standing on the right leg and you're just making ankle to knee. Yeah, weights in the heel. Feels great. Reach forward. And then come down and use the blocks to kind of set this up so we can get into our hip early on today. Yep. 2 blocks are ideal if you just have one placing in the center. Yeah. The goal is to steer your hips back. I like to be on the fingertips on the blocks because I find what happens is you dump your chest down and then you end up rounding your spine. Yeah, you want to kind of lead a little with your heart and chest. These look good. If you can bend your right leg a little bit more, that's ideal. Yeah. If you can flex your left foot and tuck it to the outside of the right tricep, that's where kind of we're going to go. Yeah. But if it doesn't happen quite yet, don't worry about it. Yeah, that's good. So to get out of it, don't just fly out. Weight comes to your standing right heel. You lift your torso, you slide your hands to your hips. You stand up and draw the left knee towards the navel. So you're standing on your right leg and your left leg makes a 90-degree angle. The arms go straight up towards the sky. There you go. Now you'll step back and find warrior one. So you're just going to trust that your left foot knows where to go. It's called proprioception. Yes. You can widen your stance in length and width today because that may feel a little better in the body. The right hip steers under you. The left ribs tip forward. You got it. And the outer blade of your back left foot presses firm into the floor. Hands to frame your front foot. You're going to hit plank position. You're going to move together through a vinyasa, adding or subtracting what works in your body today. The up dog is very smooth. Good. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. We'll breathe the left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. When you lift, lift from your inner thigh, point your left toes. Come forward and hug your left knee in, straight in towards the center line of the body. Arms are straight up and down. Look forward with your eyes and just step your left foot all the way forward and through. Walk at a snag to the left, be on your fingertips, get your feet rooted and grounded, and let's rise crescent lunge. Just basic crescent lunge. Yes. Hip points, ideally, we're looking for them to come forward. So that may require softening of the back knee. Side body long, fingertips are alive. Shoulders drop down the back. Yeah. And you just settle in. You settle into the pose, you hold the posture, you let your body just feel it. Hands to the earth, spring to the top of the mat, long spine on the in, exhale the breath, fold, root to rise, come all the way up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms, cross your right ankle over the top of the left thigh, bring your arms straight up towards the sky, and start to sit into this version of chair, ankle to knee. The trick is to sit way back so the weight transfers to your heel, and then your arms reach way forward. And then with that action, the fingertips then hit the floor, the blocks most likely, and you set it up to get into this hip. If you could flex your right foot strong and hook it to the outside of the left tricep, that's kind of where we're going. So your right shin becomes a little ledge. If you feel like you can't breathe or your chest is dropping super low, come more onto your fingertips or raise the blocks up higher. Connection to your breath is going to help you big time. Your breath is your guide. The weight shifts to your heel. You come to your fingertips. We slide our hands to our hips. We slowly come up, standing on the left leg, and the right knee hugs in at a 90-degree angle. There you go. Arms reach straight up towards the sky. So identify that that right leg is bent, the left leg is strong. Step back, warrior one. So it's first warrior with the left leg forward if you got screwed up somewhere along the line. A longer, wider stance is definitely going to be a little bit better for today's practice. Outer blade of your back right foot presses firm into the mat. That way your right hip can swing forward, your right ribs. Tracy, turn your right toes more forward. If you can, keep going. Keep going. There you go. Nice work. 2 more breaths. Just feel. The back leg trumps the pose, just so you know. Hands to the earth, plank position. When you hit plank, you'll find your vinyasa, whatever works for you, push-ups or not. Up dog is smooth. Pull yourself through your body. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. The arms stay straight. We'll look together at the top of the mat. We'll step, walk, float, crawl. I don't know how you're feeling. Long spine, fold, find chair. Chair pose. Press up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Here we go from the top, putting it all together. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Heavy in your heels for chair pose. Weight moves way back. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare yourself. Step or float through your vinyasa. You can take it out too if it's not working for you today. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. The right foot lands, the back foot turns. We rise, first warrior. Keep the neck nice and neutral. There you go. Hands to the earth, plank position. When you hit the floor, decide what you need. Move slow through your transitions. When you hit your dog, that's when you step your left foot immediately forward. Rise, first warrior. So there's some flow to it. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Yeah, you want to build some momentum for yourself. That is the goal. When you get to dog, you hold and breathe for a breath or two. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top we go. Long spine, fold. Weights in your heels for that chair. You hit it again. And we use the energy to press up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky, heavy in your heels for chair. Dive together over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare, step or float through a vinyasa. The up dog is smooth, nice and slow. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot forward, back foot turns, rise. First warrior. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot lands, back foot turns. Together we rise, first warrior. To the floor we go, chaturanga. So some of us are fast, some of us are slow, some of us are in the middle. There's no judgment, you just do. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog, because opportunity to kind of catch up together right here. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Let's step, float, skip, or crawl to the top we go. Long spine, fold. Chair pose again. You seem to love it. Oh, you're having a good day. Your exercise ring is already closed. That's great. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Mine's like you're doing excessive exercise. Please stop. Arms go straight up towards the sky. You broke the watch. Please go home and lay down. Chair pose. Uh-huh. Dive over bent knees, forward folds. Long spine to repair. Step or float. Through vinyasa we go. Up dog pulls you through. Downward facing we go. Right foot forward, back foot turns, warrior one. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Take your time, Tracy. Up dog. Hips go up and back. Some of us need an extra breath or two and everything. It's fine. Left foot forward or 20 extra breaths. Left foot forward. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. I want you to step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Yeah, outside of right hand. I want you to then turn your back foot sharp and take a wide warrior one. What I mean by wide warrior one is you're almost the entire width of the mat. Yeah, and then come up warrior one with your feet super wide. Good. Feel this for a breath or two before we move on. Drop your arms down alongside your body. Interlace your hands. Inhale the breath, open the heart and the chest. Exhale the breath. We're going to fold for humble warrior with this wide positioning, which I find is much more helpful for a lot of us. Yeah. Yeah. Step your back foot in a little. Your right hip still has to do the same things, grip in, and your left thigh bone has to turn forward. And we all have a different range of motion. So you just go where you're going to go. Pay attention to the outer blade of your back foot and contract the quadricep and the glute. Start to lift your torso. Keep your hands bound. Turn your right toes towards the mirrored wall and pivot towards the side. So you're going to go into a wide straddle with your hands bound. Inhale the breath, open the heart and chest. Exhale, go down the center. If you come forward and your head hits the ground, you need a bigger step. Turn your toes in just a tiny bit. Bend behind your knees, or a lot or a little. Yeah. If the bind isn't working for you, just release your hands to the floor. It's fine. If your hands are bound, slide your hands to your hips. Be mindful of your neighbor. Come halfway up, everybody. Come the rest of the way up. Open up your arms very long and wide. So feel the power of your upper torso. Pick up your right foot from your right hip and turn it forward. So your right foot's just going to pivot forward. Your back toes need to scooch on an angle so the hip goes in alignment. You'll pick your distance here for triangle. We're going to do it now. Yep. Take on your triangle. So some of us like a nice wide triangle. Some of us like a shorter, tighter one. There's no right or wrong. It just goes on the feel. Yeah. You want to grab anywhere across the front of your right shin. Uh-huh. Or slide a block to the outside of the right calf. Looks good, Andrea. Turn your back toes just a smidgen forward and you'll be good. Yeah, so you're hooking your right hip kind of under you. You're breathing across your collarbone, your torso, your chest, your gaze. If ideally we're looking up, and you're reconnecting with your breath as we anchor and hold. Eyes now go to the floor. We'll circle the hands down into a low lunge. Yes, left palm will go flat, easy twist. Right arm will peel. Yeah. You could always slide a block underneath your left hand. I like to claw the mat, kind of come onto the fingertips. It gets me out of that shoulder blade. Grip your right hip in and activate that back leg. We're going to transition to Vashisthasana side plank. So if your palm is flat, that's great. If it's not, you may need to move a little. Yeah, stack it up. Vashisthasana, go the other way, Trace. So your left hand stays down. Yeah. Modify if you need to. Forearm can drop, knee can drop. Not so interested in the one that you're doing. I'd rather you be in a version that you know you can maintain, hold, breathe, and get something out of. Watch that your two hips stay aligned. That's it. Sometimes it's good to stack the feet, stagger the feet, look sideways, look up though. Plank position slow. The transition is important. Chaturanga. The up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. It's okay. You'll step the left foot to the outside of the left foot, left hand. There you go. Outside of left hand. Mm-hmm. Turn your back foot on a sharp angle. You're almost the entire width of the mat. You'll rise, first warrior. Come on up. Turn your back foot forward. It's like the first bike ride after taking one. You know, you never know. You always can do it. You just feel like you may fall off. Great. So feel the feet grounding you, supporting you, stabilizing you. Feel the breath following that up. Drop your arms down. Interlace your hands. If you can remember, if you took the thumbs cross opposite, good luck with that. Open the heart and chest, and then exhale. You're going to fold down the center. So the trick here is that you're folding straight forward. Yeah. Your left hip has to grip in. The right ribs and the right thigh bone have to continue to turn forward. And then if you're supporting the pose with the breath, you're going to find you can stay a lot longer. Stay strong in your feet. Start to lift up nice and slow. Keep the clasped hands. Pick up your left foot and pivot it towards me. Straighten out your feet so you're not all over the place. They're on the same line of energy. Inhale, lift the heart and chest. Exhale, go down the center. This is a wide straddle. Soften behind your knees a little. If you get down there and you realize that the bound hands kind of are throwing you off or doesn't work for you, just release them to the floor. That's fine. If your hands do stay bound, the goal is to drop them more forward towards the floor. Soften more behind your knees. You don't want pin straight legs in this. Yeah. Hands slide to your hips wherever you are. Halfway up, rest of the way up. Open up your arms wide. So all you have is straight arms and straight legs. So all we'll do is lift up the left foot. But when you lift it up, turn the toes forward from the hip. Then turn your back toes on an angle. Pick your distance. And here we go for triangle pose. Yeah, use a block, grab anywhere across the front of that left shin. Perfect. Side ribs are long. Lean back a little bit with your torso, guys. There you go. Zip up your legs. Yeah. You want to feel from the ground up that you're really getting that strength. Stay with it. Couple more. Eyes to the floor. Circle it to an easy twist. Right hand down, left arm peeled. Easy twist. I love it. Snoop Dogg is now on The Voice. I mean, he's like the coolest guy. I want to be friends with him. Now I know why Martha's friends with him. I know. The unlikely couple. Friendship. So cool. Watch that your left knee, guys, isn't winging out. That's it. And you're not doing something funny with your neck. Yeah, these are like little things to think about. Two more. You're transitioning to side plank on your right hand. So rotate, modify if you need to. That's good. You're going to stagger the feet. That's going to be a really good support. Stack the feet, go for it. Anything that you feel that you could maintain. Okay, kick behind you, Brittany. Kick behind you. So that's like a Barbie move you were just doing. Yeah. You're young and flexible. What can we say? The rest of us are walking around like, oh my God. Yeah. Watch that the left hip doesn't turn. Andrea, take your left foot and bring it in front of your right one. Try that. There you go. Nice. Couple more breaths, guys. You're doing awesome. Nice, Danielle. Plank position slow. Yeah. Chaturanga push up. You guys are rocking it today. Up dog. I was worried about you when we started, but things are looking up. Yeah, down dog. Here we go. We're gonna step our left foot, right foot. Sorry, right foot, right foot, right foot. Smack in between our hands. Don't come up though. Turn your back foot on a sharp angle. Okay. Grab your block and place it to the outside of your right foot. If this doesn't work for you, you're gonna go for a modified extended side angle. Okay. Block to the outside of the right foot, and then left arm peels open. Yeah. So my suggestion is to go medium or high with the block. Yeah. You want to make sure the outside of your right leg and the inside of your right arm are matching up. That just kind of gives you an idea of how long your stance needs to be. Your right hip grips in and your right ribs turn. Now the left arm is going to be straight up towards the sky or up and over if you feel like your shoulder can maintain that and support the breath at the same time. So you're here in the pose, you're holding, not holding your breath, you're holding and maintaining the alignment. And you're quieting your mind as it says things to you. Mm-hmm. So if the arm's reaching forward, I'm okay with it staying reaching forward today because we're going to step up into Ardha. And that's just kind of a fun way to sometimes kind of arrive into Ardha with the arm reaching forward. Just see how that feels. If you prefer your hand to your hip, that's fine. Nice. So now the goal is to kind of rotate the right ribs, flex the left toes. Yeah, good. It's like a big yawn. Your right leg is like Tadasana. Yeah. Stay with it. Anything you want to add, we're in it for a few more breaths. Feel free to add on or just be patient and enjoy the evolution of the pose kind of being what it is. Doesn't have to be perfect. It will never be perfect. Step back to warrior two. Okay. Maybe two steps, maybe a sloppy stance. It's okay. Warrior two. You're going to come right up warrior two. Now, your stance most likely needs to get a little longer in length. So take up more space on the mat. Breathe across the collarbone and the chest. Roll your right thigh open. I always check in with my feet after doing this for like 30 centuries. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Back toes always turn in a little. Yeah, it helps. And then think of yourself, your body, like you're sitting in squat pose. Good. And then how can you maintain your composure while holding the pose and make it kind of feel light, airy, and breezy? It is possible. A few more breaths. You're doing awesome. Circle it to the floor to plank position. Just kind of push the blocks to the side. You'll need it again in a second. Plank position. Drop to your forearms, forearm plank. Yeah, forearm plank, forearm plank. That's it. Lengthen your tailbone. You're going to turn your right hand in on an angle. You're going to roll into a Bashisthasana on your right forearm. For some reason, this doesn't work. Just go back to the other one. So, right forearm plank. Yep. I like my right hand in on an angle a little. I find it helps. Yep. Stack the feet, stagger the feet. Anything here works. Left forearm to the floor. Forearm plank. Forearm plank. Forearm plank. You want to do the other side. We're going to do the other side after. Yeah. One hand at a time. Plank position. Down dog. Step the left foot forward. Step the left foot forward. Yeah. Grab your block. Set up your feet from the ground up. Extended side angle A from the ground up. So I like the block to be outside of the foot. Personally, I go for the high setting these days. Yeah. Make sure your stance is wide enough, long enough, and there's nothing funny with your back foot. Yeah, those are the things that we're looking for. Looks great. Kelsey, can you get your arm behind your leg? So your left, there you go. Because that's going to get into the outer hip. So the B variation, that's where the hand is on the inside. You could be in that posture, I think, for like 3 minutes. It's so much easier than this one. This one gets to the outer hip, which is our weakness, right? So it's good to do, hold, breathe, feel, and then not do it again for a while, right? Top arm straight up or open, up and over your ear. Yeah, so if the arm's wrapping up and forward, that's cool. Just make sure you're reaching it straight forward. Rip your left hip in, turn your bottom ribs, and stay connected. If the arm is wrapping forward, feel free to explore, step up Ardha, move your block forward. Ardha. The block just comes out in front of you. Yep. Your left foot is like Tadasana. So what I mean by that is we need it to be forward and straight. So a lot of times that hip, as it starts to fatigue, the foot wants to turn in. So it's okay to come out of the pose and reset it and try and get back in. Anything that you added on the right side, see, oh, I like it. The arm wrapping up and forward is going to work those obliques. Nice. Anything you want to add and be consistent. Maybe what you're adding is just paying more attention, right? That's an adding. That's adding. That's a big adding. If you fall, you have opportunity to try again and again. Warrior two, step back lightly. It may be 2 steps, it may be 20 steps. It's okay. Get yourself in. Make sure your feet aren't all over the place, though. Your left foot is forward, your back right toe is turned on an angle. Your stance is pretty big, so you can really sit in the pose. Breathe your collarbone open, soften the shoulders down the back, and like kind of stretch open in the pose. Roll your left eye open, then close your eyes and allow yourself to just feel. It worked. I was just checking in with it. It was fabulous. She's unbelievable. We're talking about Martha's documentary. My friend Martha. Yeah.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Lily Fondley.
Yeah. And my friend Snoop Dogg. Yeah. Circle it to the floor, plank position. When you hit plank, pause. So you don't want to just drop to your forearms. You want to make sure you're aligned first. So you're in your plank, and then one forearm at a time, you drop down. We get to the forearm plank first. So because we're going to move on, I wouldn't clasp the hands. I would keep the hands a little separated. Okay, so it's going to be left side forearm plank. Unless you already did the left side, then maybe you'll be facing one of your yogis. Okay, left side forearm plank. Perfect. Forearm plank slow. Lower all the way down to Sphinx pose. Okay, so Sphinx pose, you're on your forearms. Your elbows actually come a little bit further out, just a tad. Uh huh. Perfect. So this is my version of Sphinx because if you were to watch Ashtangis do Sphinx, you'd be like, "Oh my god, I'll blow my knee out." So this is the version that we're going to do today that I think works. So the left forearm is going to go again on a little bit of an angle. Okay, just a little bit. You're going to reach back and grab your right foot from the outside. Even if you know you're super duper flexible, just try this way, okay? So now the right thigh is going to stay down. So it's going to be more of a feeling that you're steering a poo, your right shoulder forward. Uh-huh. That's it. So your right leg is right behind you. Your right arm is reaching right back. And it's more of just a subtle movement. You feel that? So you're going to feel like you can lift your heart and chest while keeping everything kind of down. Now, point your left toes. You can play with a pointed or flexed right foot depending on your flexibility and what's going on in your body. We want that right leg straight behind you, not going out on the neck. Let that go and come to your forearm, Sphinx pose. So the left arm's or the right arm's going to go on an angle, just a little bit. The goal is to keep your chest very forward. You're going to reach back and good, and then feel like I'm kicking my hand, my foot into my hand. You feel that? But keep your right foot really pointed and steer your chest forward. So this is a psoas stretch and a heart opener, but it's mild and sometimes a more passive form of this kind of stuff is much more effective. Take your left knee closer to your right knee so it's right behind you. That's it. So Megan, if you can, flex your foot a little bit and see if that gives you a little bit more action across that. No? All action. We like action. Action packed Tuesday. Release. Sphinx pose. Okay, so in the Sphinx, walk your elbows in a little closer, curl the toes into the mat, lift your knees, forearm plank, forearm plank. And then one hand at a time, plank position. Chaturanga push up. Up dog's gonna feel amazing. Yeah, yeah. There. We got the whole front line open. It's gonna be awesome now. Crescent lunge. Drag your hands to prayer at heart. Inhale, crescent lunge with a twist now. Yeah. If you get here and your legs start to feel saucy, which means like you can't feel them, they're not holding you up. You feel like you're going to fall over. You can't breathe. Drop your back knee. Modify the pose. No one cares. Pay attention to what your body is telling you. This is the time. Grip your right hip in, activate that back leg. Try to just look sideways or up. You're going to have a lot more positivity with the pose. Hands to frame your front foot. Pause. You're going to use your block. Place it on a super high setting underneath your left hand, a little further out. You're going to step up into revolved Ardha. Right to the flat part of your back and step up in your revolved Ardha. Twisting triangle. If you've got an injury, something's going on in your body, this doesn't work for you, I'm not offended. Yes. You may actually find it. You got it. Even if it's your big, sometimes I grab and I just get my big toe. I'm like, I got my big toe. Come to the fingertips of your left hand. It's going to help you out. That's it. If you got hold of your foot, release it. Right hand to the floor. Step your feet together. Long spine on the inhale breath. Exhale. Let's hit the chair right here. This will be a bleep in your day. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath. We're going the same direction towards me. Hook and twist. Check that your feet, your shins, your knees are all aligned. It comes from your hips. Chair pose, pull it around. Sit really deep. Plant your hands to the floor and hop back, Ashtanga hop back. There you go. Chaturanga. If it didn't work out, it's okay. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. So now you know where we're going because my Zoom's getting a little glitchy. Just follow the same pattern. Forward. The Zoom gets pushy when it's humid in here. Yeah, I don't think the computer is designed for 100% humidity. Drag your hands to pro. Easy twist is a good option. You want to lean back up. Yeah. You're high on the ball of your back right foot, so your weight is moving forward. Do you know where we're going, guys? We're going to transition right to that revolved Ardha. You can do it. Right hand to the floor, to a block, left hand to the flat part of the back. Hop up, lift the back leg, or take twisting triangle if that suited your body today better. So let's start by bending the right leg in half. Reach back, grab the foot with the left hand. If you can catch it, that's great. And start to kick up and back. floor, step your feet together at the top, long spine on the in, exhale the breath, fold. Let's find that chair and finish this off strong, chair pose. Drag the hands to prayer, inhale the breath, we're hooking and twisting to the left now. Weights in your heels, watch that your right knee doesn't slide past your left. You got it. Chair pose, weights in your heels. You got it. Awesome. Right knee forward, half pigeon. Half pigeon, right side, half pigeon. Half pigeon, right side. You're doing great, guys. Stay with it. Switch, left side, half pigeon. Left side, half pigeon, switch. Last 5 breaths. Come up nice and slow. Lean on your left side, swing your right leg forward. Yeah. Stretch the legs forward. Separate your feet hips with distance. Stretch your arms straight up towards the sky. We're going to take a forward fold just with the feet separated, about hips width. Yeah. And reach way out. I find it's better to do it with the feet separated rather than together. Yeah. If you can't reach your feet, that's okay. Just grab anywhere. And then vertebrae by vertebrae, you're going to lean onto your back, lay all the way down, bend your knees in half, and you'll set up for 2 back bends of choice. So maybe you're feeling a more mellow version of this. You can just slide blocks underneath your feet, underneath your low back, and take bridge. If you're feeling like you've got the energy to go right up into a wheel, I'm not going to stop you. Right. Set yourself up first set of bridge pose or a version of a back bend. If you prefer legs straight up and just want to hold that for the 2 sets, that's cool. Yep. What we're trying to create is length from the tailbone to the backs of the knees. Make sure you're not jacking your neck up or forward too much. It's staying neutral. Yeah. If you're clasping your hands underneath your lower back, that's great. There's a cupping of the shoulder blades together. Nice, Zoe. Exhale the breath lower down. If you're up and you want to come down and reset, and you'll take one more wherever you are, you're going to repeat one final set of something. If it's legs up the wall, so we're going in for about 6 breaths, 6 to 7 breaths, something that you know you can hold, sustain, and breathe in. Yep. Steer the feet forward. I'm okay with the feet being a little wider. They just need to be forward. Yep. Exhale, the breath will start to come out. If your legs are up, if there's something underneath you, lower the legs down first. Remove the block out next, and then hug the knees in towards the chest. Give them a big squeeze. We'll reach to the outer blades of the feet for a happy baby. Pull the knees down around the rib cage, lengthen the tailbone, melt the shoulder blades down to the mat. And then come to neutral, wrap the right thigh around the left thigh and drop the knees over to the left and upper body to the right. So you're going to have to swing your hips a little out of the way. Yeah. If you prefer doing the single leg version or any other version, it's fine. Great. Come up to center. Switch the wrap. So the left thigh wraps around the right thigh now. Move the hips out of the way. Drop them over to the right, upper body to the left. Yeah. Come up to center. Hug your knees in towards the chest. Give them a dynamite squeeze in. And then on the next exhale breath, you're going to release everything out into complete, full, utter Shavasana, complete rest. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, but just be still. Complete rest. Flesh. Big full breath in. Loud, complete exhale breath out. Arms reach up over the top of the head. Give yourself a really big stretch from fingertips to toes. Hug your knees in towards your chest and a big squeeze. And rock off however it fits and suits your practice best. Some of us like to stay down. It's fine. Just sit up in this newfound body and just feel for a moment. So before you run out of here and you take on the world today, just feel the effects the practice has on you. The most unique thing about the practice is that part of it is always changing. So make sure you stay and you notice. Hands come to prayer for a moment. It's wonderful to seal with gratitude. It's a good time to focus in on that anyways, but it is the best attitude, as my mom said. Lift the head, open the eyes. Namaste. Go out there, have a great afternoon, hydrate yourself. The humidifier seems to be working quite well, so I'm happy about that. And I am here Friday and Tuesday, and then I'm going to take a few days off. So see you all soon, just for 3 nights. We're going to go. Yeah.